Howdy do. Let's see how many people in that last video pissed off. See if I care. Like I give a rat's ass. Anyways, I digress. I was talking with a friend that I hadn't been able to go out and have a few beers with for quite a while, and I met him at a bar close to here, and they didn't have much for craft on tap, but they had an Anchor steam, so I was drinking an Anchor with him. And he said that, him and his wife actually follows me on Twitter, and he kind of described me as, the working class beer guy, where so many that they've tried to watch are so pretentious, and snobby. See, you're kind of the working class guy, you're not talking to everybody. That's kind of what I do. I tend to yak off the serious beer snobs around again, but I don't give a rat. Anyways, and I'm drinking this Henry Whitehorse Private Reserve, well, because it is the weather for it, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of kicking back. I am working around the house. I'm doing some cooking. I just wanted to kind of a relaxing beer. Sometimes you don't always want something you got to think about. This one doesn't have great big in your face flavor, but there's nothing wrong with it either. It is light, so sometimes if you just want a lighter beer, there's no off flavors. There's nothing wrong with this beer. You can find a good bargain by it. Henry Whitehorse Private Reserve. I am drinking this bad boy because, well, I got a case for $12 including tax. It was $11.15 for two 12-packs. Came to $12 even with tax. You give me that some bitch. It was out of date, but the truth is, it's in this box here. A beer like this isn't going to go bad. I'd have to just punish it. I'd have to stick it outside and let the elements just whack it to death for it to be ruined. But I'm going to stick it in my fridge. I'll probably still have it around about a month. I'll drink a few here and there. If we have company that's not into craft beer, well, I'll give them one of these. They'll think I'm giving them great stuff. Nobody know the difference, man. In fact, I'm drinking this rather quickly, because it is one of those beers that is easy to drink, which is why it's perfect for a hot day, for just coming in from mowing yard, from a hard day of work, or for just, if you just happen to be sweating for, maybe you just got finished fooling around and you're sweating and, chug something, baby, get some, I'm glad my wife doesn't watch my videos because she'd have got upset over that last part, but no, she wouldn't really. She'd just shake her head. My husband's a moron. That's what I am. I'm a lovable moron. So, someone once described me as America's favorite goofball drunk. Well, I don't know. Not enough of America knows who I am to claim America's favorite, but I love the title anyway. I wish I was America's favorite goofball drunk. That title belongs to guys like Foster Brooks or Red Skelton. Those guys were absolute geniuses. But I like to go in and once every now and again. I picked up some tortillas yesterday from a local Mexican place called Tortilleria, and I love this place. It is actually real authentic Mexican, probably the only real authentic here in Springfield. But they make their tortillas fresh every morning, without any chemicals. You buy them in the store and they're loaded with, preservatives and chemicals and all sorts of crapola. Buy them there, they're nice and fresh. So, and I'm making some chilaquiles for dinner that I first had when we lived in El Paso, Texas, we moved to El Paso. I can't speak already. El Paso in '97. So it's about the first time I had them, and I absolutely love them. So anyway, I lost my train of thought for a second, but I'm making some. I'm making some chilaquiles, and I found these beans today. And Asasi beans. And I bought them because they reminded me of some Appaloosa beans that I bought a while back in Tulsa. And then so I looked them up on the internet. It turns out the Anasazi and the Appaloosa are the same bean. And there's varying stories of its origin, which I'm not going to get into right now. So anyway, I got some fresh beans going. We're going to do the chilaquiles, and I've also got some rice here that I'm going to make some Mexican rice. I'm using some basmati. May not be the typical rice I use for Mexican rice, but I like. So I'm going to do some rice, beans, some chilaquiles, and maybe have a salad on the side so there's something green on the plate, not just carbs and fat. But I love me some Mexican food, man. I love to make it myself too. I had a hard time cooking initially when we first came home, because that's something Seamus and I did together. He didn't always, not that he always sat in the kitchen and cooked with me, but we'd always bounce, ideas off of each other. Every once in a while I'd fix something or talk about fixing something. And, he'd give me an ingredient idea. He says, well, or I give him a taste, and I said, what do you think? He said, well, how about you put this in there, Dad, or this? And oh, there we go, can be. And I swear sometimes I hear him talking in my ear, Every once in a while I'll be cooking, and all of a sudden the little voice will say, add this, and I'll go, oh, yeah, why didn't I think of that? So I'll add this. Oh, yeah. I know I'm probably just going crazy, but sometimes I swear I can hear him talking to me or just feel him giving me a hug. But anyway, I probably am going crazy. Yeah, he had a cat, or has a cat, Eddie. Eddie always played with him. Strangest thing, Eddie would actually fetch a ball just like a dog. Only cat I ever saw that could fetch. When we first got home, Eddie just moped in the window for, I don't know, I think it was a couple weeks anyway. She wouldn't do nothing but sleep. I could tell she was just sad. And all of a sudden, one day, she just jumped up, and she come over, and she snuggled us both, the wife and I. Eddie wasn't a snuggle. The only person Eddie snuggled was Seamus. And every once in a while she'll go to the floor, because Seamus always sat on the floor with her, and she'd watch TV or watch him play video games. So I swear sometimes Seamus is here talking to her. Yeah, I really do. We had a problem with her before. She'd get jealous, and she'd miss the litter box and potty by his door. And she doesn't do that anymore. So I swear he's come here and talked to her. I know. I have no facts for any of this stuff, and some people are going to think I've lost my ever-loving mind. But I think there's more going on than people know, I've never been a go-to-church every Sunday guy. I like to leave those seats for the hypocrites that want to judge us for not going to church. But it doesn't mean I don't believe. I don't believe, So, I read the Bible occasionally, and I interpret some things different than some of the powers that be do. But, Seamus never judged anybody, so I'm leading the same lifestyle, or trying to anyway. I don't judge folks. People are who they are. People are born the way they're born. And some people cherry pick the Bible to make it mean what they want it to mean. I think we should, Seamus was all about doing the right thing, Treat everybody equally, regardless. Don't do anybody any wrong. And it doesn't even matter if they've done you wrong. That's one thing I learned from Seamus. A lot of people justify doing wrong to people because somebody did them wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. Seamus always kind of was above all that stuff. So I'm trying real hard to follow in his example. It's odd that, he was just incredibly wise. Even people that just knew him for a short time describe him as an old soul. So. See how my videos work? I start talking about a beer, end up talking about my son. Yeah, that's why I do things. That's how I roll, damn it. Oh, wow. Beer Whisperers try to carry on, y'all. I hope some of you stay with me. Bye.